Hello, hello. I'm Trevante, the community manager for Melon. We're back again, another Friday. I'm excited about today's show. It's been an interesting week. I've learned a lot about streaming and just my journey of learning about streaming. I got a master class on cameras and lighting yesterday, so that was interesting. I'm excited to kind of take that information and give it back to you guys. We got a long weekend coming up, holidays, so I'm excited. If you're doing anything exciting for the weekend, please put it in the chat. Let me know. So we're going to get started. Last week we talked about growing your stream, how to attract new visitors, and growing your channels on different platforms. We talked about why it's beneficial for you as far as monetary, as far as networking, as far as audience. I gave examples and strategies to use in those situations, and then how to use Melon's features to grow your socials. So how you can take long form clips, create short clips, how you can reach multiple destinations with Melon, how you can use local recording to break up pieces of the content and manipulate them in different ways so you could use them across platforms. So while I was doing that, I mentioned that using the comment highlights in Melon and just using comments in general from the audience is a good way to come up with new topics. So I got messages in the community. People were asking, what are other ways that you could always kind of come up with ideas? So what more meta way to describe how to come up with more content by using comments than to use comments to come up with more content. So I thought this would be a great idea to kind of list out all the ways when I'm thinking about ways to come up with content that I found very helpful. And hopefully it'll help you guys. So that's the plan for today. I'm excited. If you have questions, please put it in the chat. If you need help with Melon, we're always here to help. You can reach us on the community. You can email us, write us on social. We're always here to help. The new features have been exciting. I'm really excited about all the new features. Co-host has been going great. I've seen a lot of people use this in interesting ways. And I'm very excited to kind of see how people take it and use it more. Multiple cameras has been going great. I'm really excited about that. Just Q&As, panels, the different options that you have with the different features. And we've been rolling. The Melon team has been working me hard. There's always new updates rolling out. So I'm excited to see what's next. We got some cool stuff coming up. So please stay tuned. And we'll always, we'll put it in the community. So if you haven't followed us on Melon in the community, Facebook community, the link is in the description. So yeah, we'll go from there. So this week, how do you always generate a bunch of content? To me, what I've found with streaming, one of the best things you could do with streaming is being consistent. So that's why the scheduling feature in Melon to me is really great, because you could schedule, kind of build that awareness. You'll show up in people's timelines. So just a general tip. Just make sure you schedule your streams, you're promoting, you're marketing, and you're getting eyes to them. So when I'm thinking of content, we talked about how to figure out our target audience. We figured out in episode 1, we figured out who we're serving, what platforms we're going to. So if I'm looking for new ideas, I like to use Reddit. I like to use Quora. I like to use Google keyword research. Because what that's going to do is give you different aspects that not necessarily you will get just from Googling. So what I like to do is like go on Reddit. If you're into sports, if someone's asking questions about sports and you see it's getting a great engagement in Reddit, you could take that same concept, build your live stream around that, and make a whole show about that one specific thing. So that way you'll always have trending content that's kind of relevant to whatever you're doing, but there's going to be highly engaged. So you're letting kind of other platforms prove the theory for you. So you're not just shooting darts in the air. Can you do it on Android? When you say that, do you mean co-host or do you just mean Melon in general? But let me know. I just want to make sure I give you a very specific answer. Is there a Melon Mobile app? You can do some features on mobile and tablet, but but some do not, I'm pretty sure. But for the majority, you can access and you could join Melon. And if I'm not sure if anybody from Melon's in the chat, if you could give them the exact, and if not, I'll find out. Just give me 1 second. I'll definitely find out for you. So yeah, Google keyword research is a great tool. You can see the trends. You can see what's going up, what's going down. Quora is a good website. Reddit, Google keyword research, TubeBuddy. All of these are analytics, and they're showing trends ranking by search volume. So that's always a good way to come up with a bunch of ideas, and you could always have just a plethora of ideas. Again, the comment section, just like, okay, is there a Melon Mobile app for Android in the works? Again, I can take, okay, Melon and mobile, what can we do and what we can't do? That could be a whole episode of live streams. And it's something that I will do. You know, now that you guys want to know, I'm interested now to give you guys the exact answers. So I will definitely look into that. So that's kind of how it works. It's just looking for inspiration and then collecting it and putting it and organizing it somewhere. And to me, it puts you as an authority figure in your space. So no matter if you're into marketing, or if you're into sports, you're into fishing, whatever your live stream is about, you being able to answer these questions and come up with perspectives, or even bring up questions that people didn't even know that they need answered, always gives a very authoritative perspective, which is great for growing your personal brand, getting your message out there. And you want to think about, how do you break it up into multiple pieces? So not just creating one episode off of one topic. How maybe you could break it up into 3 different pieces. If we're talking about creating, just like I'm doing now, we're talking about creating content and live streaming using Melon. But each week I try to find a different segment to kind of go through. Next week it might be lighting, since I learned so much about that. It might be cameras. It might be the new co-host feature. But we're going to go through, and each one I could break up individually. I can make 2 episodes out of co-hosts. I could do one about the features, and then one just about the applications and how you do it. So it's always good just to try to think, plan these out, kind of have a map of what you got going on. The RV DJ says, only asking because doing from a website uses a lot of cell data and makes the phone super hot. Having an app will alleviate some of that. Let me screenshot that. Do you actually DJ? Let me know. What kind of music? Okay, so the importance, okay. So then the tactics that you want to use for always having content, having a strong title for your YouTube videos, creating key-rich titles, brainstorming with a friend, which to me is super helpful, getting that outside perspective, because especially if you've been doing something for a while, for example, the RV DJ, he probably is so advanced in DJing that he forgets what it's like to learn how to beat match at the very beginning. So having that perspective from somebody new, asking certain questions, it'll jar some new ideas for him, that he could come up with new ideas for, female DJ. I'm sorry. I apologize. I've been a DJ since I was a kid. I've been DJing since I was 14 years old, still DJing to this day. Are you a pioneer DJ, or are you more of a new mark? What do you use? So yeah, you want to make sure that you have that outside perspective. New experienced people just get different, what do I want to say? Like, I don't want to say education levels, but like experience levels in whatever niche you're creating. You want to get a variation, because it's going to be questions at each step of the way that's going to be different for each person. And to me, mixing it up and going, not just making one piece of content is the best way, because people are going to grow. People are going to always try to find new, different things, and run into different problems. So making a variety is always good to kind of expand. New mark. Okay. I'm more of a pioneer guy myself, but I do enjoy the new marks. They got a lot of cool stuff coming out. So you could use your community tab. So and YouTube, once you get 500 subscribers, I believe you can get the community tab. That's a great way to promote your content, to ask polls, questions, and then try to ask open-ended questions. To me, that's working really good. When I'm working with the Melon socials, to me, the stuff that gets the most engagement is like open-ended questions or stuff that people can really relate to. So that's why I always kind of think more open-ended questions. What is something that all the people in my demographic are going to relate to? And how do I get them to comment? That's kind of what you're looking for, and a super easy way to collect from that. Pioneer, as much dinero, Pioneer is very expensive. Pioneer is very expensive. Let's see, it's never late to start creating live videos. So no matter where you're at in your business, and it's one of those things, it's just always going to get better with practice. I feel like since I've started the stream, I've grown a lot in these first few streams. The camera's gotten better. I got the masterclass, thank you, Chris, from about cameras and how it works and settings that I need. I've increased the lighting, feel much more confident speaking on camera, and it's only going to get better and better and better as time goes by. So no matter where you're at, just remember, start, watch back what you're doing, kind of take those little pieces and kind of evaluate. And again, watching back your content can give you more ideas for content. And it's always good to be passionate about the stuff that you want to create content about. For me, I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about creating content. So for me, this is exciting. I love marketing. I love talking about growth and tactics. So when I get on camera and I'm talking about marketing, as you can see, I could talk about it all day. I get excited about doing this. I'm passionate about marketing. So you had to find how to, show that passion through the camera and to your audience, because I feel like that's what people kind of get attached to. People like the authenticity of seeing the joy or whatever it is that you're really into. So make sure that you try to relate everything to that. And then make sure the key thing with any of this is traffic. Make sure that you're running traffic to, I don't know if you've ever heard like a quote, it's like, if you build it, they will come. To me, I do not believe in if you build it, they will come. Because it's so many websites, it's so many different things that if you build it, to me, nobody will see it. It's like building a house in the desert. It's like you're only going to get visits, if you attract people to there, if it's a road leading to there. So with your live streams, you want to promote, you want to send it to your email, you want to promote on socials. So that's why it's really great to use Melon Schedule. So you can have that link. You can make sure that people know when and where this live stream is going to happen, and you can bring a bunch of awareness to it, which will make it easy and give you more content from the comments, from the engagement, and just from the topics of talking to people. Let your friends know, your family know. Perfect example, it's the RV DJ will know. When you're DJing and it's nobody dancing, to me, it's very hard to DJ. It's because you can't read what's going on. A lot of times I'll bring a friend that's super high energy that doesn't care about going out and dancing. And to me, that makes it easier for everybody else to feel comfortable dancing. So a lot of times in the comments, having a friend or family that's commenting and people seeing the comments coming in, it adds to the energy, and other people feel more excited about commenting and joining in the conversation. So having people that's at the beginning that can kind of help start that conversation and loosen up the energy is always great. Look at old content and then examine what works and what doesn't work. And that's to me, that's a great way of getting new content ideas. Also kind of understanding what your audience is leaning towards. So if you see that these pieces of content work, how can I repurpose this? If I did a stream and it got a lot of views, and then I took the clips and then I broke those down, and those clips are getting a lot of views, how do I repurpose this? How can I use the files that I downloaded to create a different version? What's a different hook that I could add to it? What's a different title? How can I edit this slightly different? So those are things that you could do just to take one concept and then bring a bunch of different ideas and concepts and pieces of content. So your streams, your content is ever flowing. And if you see something doesn't work, again, you kind of understand where your audience is going, and you can kind of adjust to that. With the can't DJ live anyways, copyright issues. That is, yeah. Please use copyright free music on your streams, guys, because the copyright it's an issue right now. It's very easy to get strikes using copyright music, even stuff that you shouldn't. So make sure, and then we have blogs on, if you go to melon.com, we have a blog about things to look out for while you're streaming, as far as music, and then great places to find resources for music for your streams. So check out the Melon blog. We got a bunch of good resources. We're always updating, dropping new stuff from there. So now that you have all these ideas of how to get ideas for content, where do you keep them? For me, I use a couple little easy tools like Google Docs, which is simple. Everybody uses. Evernote is like an alternative. Trello. Those are good tools to kind of just keep everything together and just make sure that you're organized. And once you do something, you move it out the way or you keep notes on it. But to me, that is a way that you always can have a bunch of content just steady flowing. And you don't have to stress about like, oh, what I'm going to talk about this week. Because then you always can have a resource to pull certain things and just have engaging conversations at all times. What are some of the names of the CF sites? Hold on. Oh, sorry. I'll put that in the chat. Yeah, let me see if I can find it, and I'll put it in the chat before we get off the stream. And please, if y'all have any questions, let me know. I'm excited about this weekend. 4th of July is coming up. Excited to spend time with my family. And actually, I'm going to try to work on some streaming stuff. I'm going to try to, now that I've got a better understanding of cameras and lighting, I'm going to try out a couple things. So I'm excited about that, to have more time and a better understanding of how it is. So I'm excited about that. Not sure what I'm going to stream yet, but again, I'm going to use my own tactics, have plenty of ideas, and try it out. So yeah, hold on, let me bring up this blog for you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you haven't, check out Co-host. Co-host has been great for Melon. To me, it's one of the best features we've rolled out, just because streaming by yourself can be a lot, because you're worried about the chat, you're worried about the conversation, you're worried about saying the right thing. So having that co-host that can kind of help pilot and assist you with it just makes things so much easier. And to me, just having someone there gives you a different vibration, different energy, and ideas to bounce off, and kind of relieve some of the stress of keeping up with everything. So check out Co-host if you haven't. Let us know what you think. We're on all the socials. If you haven't, go to the Facebook community. I'm in there every day answering questions. We got a lot, like I say, we got a lot of very smart people in this community. We got beginners to super advanced users, and different perspectives, different use cases of how people are using Melon to create great content. So if you want to learn how to expand your content in your live streaming, join the community. I've been learning so much just being there. So I know that you guys will learn a whole lot from it. So yeah, that's it for the show. The RV DJ, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end, but I'm going to comment on one of the comments so I could pull up the blog. I didn't want to have a bunch of just empty space here while I'm like clicking to find the blog. So what I'll do is I'll comment on it right after this, and I'll send you the blog. And if there's any other questions before I get off, please let me know. You guys be safe this weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. Live stream. Tag us. I want to see some live streams. If you have questions, we're more than happy to help. Just send us a message at support@melonapp.com. And I don't think we have any more questions. So if we don't, I will be back next week. Well, I'm sorry, I won't be back next week. I'll be back. I'm going on vacation next week. I'll be back the week after that. But if you have any questions, leave us in the community. And thank you. I enjoyed the stream. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you.